Today we will be experimenting with charcoal. First, we're going to tone your paper by taking a block of charcoal and lightly moving it across the surface of your sketchbook. You want a nice thin light layer of charcoal. By doing this, we're establishing a mid-tone as our base, rather than drawing on blank white paper. Next, you're going to take a paper towel, scrunch it up in your hand, and you're going to move it across the surface of the paper and blend out these marks. So you have a nice, smooth, even mid-value gray. All right, now you give this a try. For step 2, I'm going to use a 2B pencil and I'm going to draw a long, thin rectangle. And inside of that, I'm going to create a value scale from white to black. I've chosen to pick up that charcoal block for my darkest values. And starting at the bottom, push hard and then lighter and lighter pressure as I move up. Now I'm going to switch over to some of those charcoal pencils. Much like your graphite pencils, they have a scale of hard to soft. For my darker values, I'm going to use my softer pencils like the B pencils. And as I move up, I'm going to use my harder pencils such as a 2B or an HB. You can use your paper towel to help blend. Whatever you do, don't use your finger because you'll rub oils from your hands into the surface of the paper, which does make it harder to erase. At the top, I'm going to pick up my kneaded eraser. I'm going to give a good scrub. I'm erasing that toned paper at the top, revealing the original white paper. And just like the pencils, I'm going to use less and less pressure as I work my way down to get a nice, smooth, even value scale. Your goal is an even transition from white to black. Step 3, we're going to be drawing a large circle on the right side of your paper. It does not need to be perfect. And first thing I'll do is establish a light source. So I've decided to make my light source kind of above and to the left. And I'm putting a paper towel under my hand just to keep my hands clean. So I'm going to come in with my kneaded eraser and go ahead and establish that light source. I'm going to push hard where the light would hit first, and then less and less pressure as I move away. Now, as you're doing this activity, our goal is to make a 3D sphere. Now our goal is to make this sphere as 3D as possible. So what I don't want you to do is put your right source right up against the edge of your original circle and then shade across in flat horizontal lines, because that's just going to make your sphere look flat. And we don't want that. We want to look three-dimensional. So I want you to think of this more like a beach ball. Think about how lines curve down and away on a beach ball. Those curved lines and curved shading are going to help this image look more three-dimensional. So I want you to keep that beach ball in mind as you're shading. So I'm going to be coming in a few different directions. So I'm moving my hand frequently, doing kind of a cross-hatching approach. Again, I'm putting that paper towel under my hand to help keep my hand clean. So less pressure towards the light source, more pressure towards the edges of that original circle. And at this point, I'm using a 2B pencil, but as I work darker, I'm going to grab my softer pencils, like a 4B or a 6B. And again, pausing every now and again, take my paper towel and help smooth things out. Don't use your fingers, use a paper towel or a tissue. You can also use your kneaded eraser to help blend a little bit. So again, I've picked up a softer pencil. I'm coming back in around the edges and the bottom. I want a nice, sharp, clean edge. So frequently pause to sharpen your pencil. This will help with that. Once I feel like it looks pretty 3D, I'm going to come in and add a little drop shadow. And that drop shadow is going to move in the opposite direction of the light source, out and away. It's the darkest towards the object, and as it moves away, it's going to get softer and lighter.